Because shoulder and rotator cuff injuries are common amongst overhead throwing and striking sports like tennis and baseball, it is assumed that rotator cuff isolation exercises are useful for everyone. Charles Poliquin even claimed to increase athletes' bench press by 50 pounds just by strengthening their rotator cuff. It's easy to assume that since the rotator cuffs are small, that they would be a rate-limiting factor in shoulder strength and stability for all sports. It's also assumed that you can isolate the external rotators, but you cannot. External rotation requires the deltoid and biceps and triceps long, and literally all pressing movements that elevate the scapula cause external rotation of the glenohumeral joint, and rotator cuffs become just as active when compared to isolated external rotation. So it's like comparing a leg extension to a squat. This meta-analysis shows that common prehab exercises have extremely low muscle activity in the rotator cuff muscles, and that common presses and rowing exercises have a much greater activity. Common problems in the shoulder during strength training isn't due to weakness in the rotator cuff, but inhibited shoulder elevation due to stiffness, causing poor joint flexion or abduction, leading to impingement. If your shoulders are healthy, there isn't good evidence that specific rotator cuff exercises are beneficial. It would be better to choose warm-up exercises that ensure proper shoulder mobility instead. Rotator cuff exercises are useful during rehabilitation when there is a weakness from an injury and complex movements cannot be performed. In throwing and swinging athletes, concentric rotator cuff strength doesn't correlate well with injury prevention, but eccentric strength does because they work to inhibit the excessive internal rotation forces. So doing heavier controlled eccentric rotation would make more sense than doing endless light rotation repetition. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and share so that I can continue to bring you more free sports science information.